Stay seated. Stay seated. Stay seated.
Your grip bar?
Stay seated.
This is the captain. Evacuate. Evacuate.
Release seatbelts. Leave everything. Okay, so I just got back to the room from class, and I'm about to bid on my schedule for the very first time. I'm so excited. I'm pretty much just bidding on my A days, which are like my days I have to be in the airport all the time, but I'm so happy. So let's see if hopefully I can get a good schedule. Oop, just dropped something. I'm still not exactly sure how it all works and everything, but I will be officially available to fly starting on class N on June 11th. So that's when it becomes 100% official, and I'm gonna make my schedule. And they recommend that we get as many days as possible too, because we are so junior and because our paychecks are not gonna be that great since we've been in training half of the month of June. But I'm so excited, so here goes. Okay. So basically I just wanted to do a quick vlog of me, not venting necessarily, but just like summing everything up, because I haven't really been able to record as much as I want to, obviously because we are on a busy schedule. I'm on a midnight schedule, and it's so much information that we have to cover in such a short period of time, and it's just really not any time for it. Switch arms. Training has been one of the most stressful and the most difficult things that I've ever done in my entire life. Honestly, flight attendants get a bad rap. I think everyone thinks this is such a glamorous job and all you're doing is traveling and you get to see the world. And that's true. All the perks that come with it are phenomenal. The discounts we get, the places we get to see, the people you meet that you come in contact with, celebrities, politicians. Like the job, the benefits outweigh the like cons or whatever by 10,000 million trillion times. It's insane the things that they've told us. But I mean, the job, as far as getting the job, it's not easy. The door drills, the safety aspect of it, the tests that we are tested on every day, getting along with everyone else, having to be in class 12 hours in a day, having to eat the food that they give us that's not all that great, and just trying to find a balance between like home and your friends and your past life, and then trying to do this too. Like, it's not easy. It's not a walk in the park. They do not make this to where, oh, anyone can be a flight attendant, and it's not where you're just trained and trained and trained until you've gotten it. It's up to you to figure it out. You have to know these airplanes, you have to know these drills, you have to know the order, you can't miss anything, steps, stuff that you have to do verbatim. Like, it's a lot that entails, and it's made me respect the position so much more. It's made me respect flight attendants so much more, and it's made me want this job even more, just because it's such a great opportunity. And the travel, like, I just want to travel and see the world. Like, one of our instructors was telling us a story the other day of how he had gone to Paris. He was really junior and ended up getting like an Eiffel Tower view at their hotel, and they were working with minimum crew and they were getting paid even more because of like stuff that was going on. But it's crazy the things I've heard, like the stories that instructors have told us, and opportunities that we could be awarded, and other like special assignments that you can get within the job. It's insane. Like, I can't believe that this could be my life. And then trying to find a place to live in a city that you've never been to in your entire life, never seen, set foot in, don't know anything about. Strictly all that I'm learning about my base is through Google and through word of mouth through other people, and it's intimidating. It's a little scary, just because it's all new and it's all unfamiliar. It's not like I can change my mind and be like, oh, I'm not really feeling it, I'll go somewhere else. Like, I have to go there. I have to figure it out. And it's a good city. Like, it's safe, it's not dangerous or anything, but it's a weird moving to some place you've never been before. And I mean, it's a huge step for me, but it's also made me very independent in a very short amount of time. Like, I have gotten more information since I've been to training than I think I ever have in my entire life. And becoming independent and figuring out what you want in life and what makes you happy. Like, I won't say that I found myself at training, because I think I had already figured out quite a good bit of like what I wanted the next step in my life to be. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on this channel. Hold on, I keep feeling like I have something in my eye, and I can't tell if I do or not. Don't mind my eyebrows. Okay, sorry. I had to refocus it. That's one thing that I love and hate about this camera. The quality is so good, but also since I just woke up out of bed in the morning, haven't washed my face or brushed my teeth, and decided not to like get my face together, I get feeling like I have stuff all over my face. But anywho, I can't remember where I left off at. The job, I've never wanted anything so bad in my entire life. And after going through this, I know that this is for me. I know in my heart of hearts that I chose the right airline, that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is my next step. Oh, that's what I was saying. I don't know if I've ever mentioned it on this channel or anywhere on YouTube before, but whenever I was in high school, I read like a book or an article or something somewhere that said like a lot of people don't figure out what they want to be doing quickly enough, and it's like this sense of not being all over the place, but you kind of feel like, oh my goodness, everyone knows like they want to be a doctor, they've got it figured out, they know the next step, they know they need to be doing this in high school and then this in college and this 5 years from now. And so I never really felt like that. I never thought that I needed to have like every step of my life planned out. But I did make a general plan, which in my head I made this. It wasn't like I wrote it down or anything, but I made a plan of how I wanted life to go for the next 5 years of my life, which, what was I, 17 then? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yes, 7 years. So I said that I wanted to graduate high school, obviously. If you see my arms popping up, it's just because I'm switching. I wanted to graduate high school with an honor roll. It didn't matter if it was what was the lowest, like 3.0 or 4.0, whatever. I wanted to graduate from high school honor roll. Then I wanted to go to college immediately. I didn't want to like take the 6-month off thing or wait a year or anything like that. I just wanted to go straight into it, which I did. I had that summer off, and then August, college. I wanted to graduate college in 4 years. Now this is not even a big deal, especially after you've been in college. Like, you kind of know people change their majors and people change their minds about what they want to do, or add-on classes, all that. People in college, you know what I mean. Like, it can take more than, it can take 5-6 years because of the craziness. But I told myself, I was like, I want to be done in 4 years. And my reasoning behind that was not even so much of I wanted to say, oh yes, I finished in 4 years. I think housekeeping just knocked. No thank you. I hope they don't open the door. Anyway, I live in a hotel, by the way. I'm sure I've mentioned that, but, well, for now, not permanently. Is it focused? Yeah. So I wanted to finish college in 4 years, not because of it's a typical number, but because that's when my TOPS was going to be up, and I needed my TOPS, I needed my student loans, grants, all that to pay for school. So I gave myself the 4-year mark, and I thought I completed that. Then I said I wanted to move. No, this was in high school. I said that the day after I graduated from college, I was gonna move home, stay home for the summertime, and then that summer move to Texas. And the reason why Texas was because I had so much family out there. I had an uncle and my cousin Rachel, which I love so much. I was gonna move in with them and stay at their house, and potentially, I thought at the time, work at a bank or work somewhere, just any kind of job in Texas, just because Dallas has so many, well, not Dallas, but like that general area has so many opportunities for business majors, and just like it's a really growing place, and you can find a job in Texas. So I said that that's what I was going to do after the summer period was over and I had time to like see friends and travel a little bit and do whatever I wanted. Then I was going to move to Texas, and I was going to get a job and live with them probably for a year to 2 years. Then I said I was going to move out, get my own place, continue in, I would think, a banking or marketing job, and then 5 years from then start buy a house and a car. And this was at 17 that I made this general statement. And a lot has changed since then. Obviously I didn't move out of Louisiana once I graduated. I didn't move to Texas. I'm in Georgia right now. So I guess towards the end of college is when I was like, you know what, this plan that I made, it was good. I'm glad I made it. I really am, because it got me through high school, graduated with honors like I wanted. It got me through college in my 4-year period like I wanted. But then I got out of college, or going through college, I think is what made me realize there's a lot more to life than Texas and Louisiana. There's a lot out there that I've never been exposed to. Never in my entire life, I don't think. And now I am venting. Now I know from the click moment that I just had that this vlog is going to be a little while. Now, coming to training has made me realize how, I'm trying to think of the right word. It's made me realize just how little I've seen, how little I've been exposed to, and how much I have left, how much living I have left to do. And I don't mean this in like a belittling way or like a negative way necessarily. Hold on, my arm is getting tired. Okay, so like I said, coming to training has made me realize just how little of life I've lived, that I've been exposed to, that I've seen. And it's not, I don't mean that to say it like negatively. I mean it in the best way possible. Like, as far as being exposed to other people from different religious backgrounds and cultural reasons and people all over the world, I've learned so much about people already. I've learned so much about myself just being in training these weeks, and just constantly being around people. Like I was telling my roommate the other day, she's not in here, but she knows I vlog now, and she doesn't think it's weird. But I've never spent this much time with one person, like one-on-one. We literally are with each other 24/7, and we get along amazing, so it's fine. But it's like, even when I'm at home, like we come from class being in 12-hour days, and then we come back to the room together, we go out to eat together. Like, I'm not even around people that I like this much. Even when I'm at home and stuff, at least I get to leave and go to work, and was working an 8-hour day and then come back home to auntie or whatever. But it's just, I don't even know why I just mentioned all of that or whatever. But being at training has changed my perspective on a lot of things, and I haven't even been flying anywhere. Just since I've been here, when did I go to? Florida, Miami. I've been to Miami, and then I'm going to Washington DC tomorrow actually. And we received our schedules last week as far as what we're gonna do in June, and it was just weird seeing it, because in my head I was like, I've done a little bit of traveling here and there, but I'll be doing more traveling my first month as a flight attendant than I will have done in my entire life. And it's just like, the concept of it is insane. It's so exciting. The fact that an airplane essentially is my office. That's where I report to, an airport, and an airplane to start my workday. And yes, being on a plane cramped in a small space with hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people. My first even mainline flight ever was my OE flight, which is like a testing flight for us. And it's so crazy. Like, that's where I will report to work, a piece of metal that takes me anywhere in the world that I want to go. And the concept of it blows my mind. It makes me realize this is what I want. 100% see myself doing this potentially for the rest of my life, just because in this small span of time I haven't had a day where I thought to myself, I can't do this, or I don't want this, or I need to be in a cubicle. Consistency, working a 9-to-5, working a job where there's some type of pattern, I don't want it. I no longer want that. I thought I did, and I tell myself in the back of my head, my business administration degree is my backup plan. That is my fallback, because you can always get it. You can always get a job with that degree potentially in your field. But it's just like, why do I want to sit in a cubicle? Why do I want to have a schedule whenever I don't have to? That's just the type of person I am. I've never been motivated by money. Obviously, I want to have money. I want to be comfortable. I want to have the finer things in life and nice things and all that. Yeah, I want that. But while I'm young especially, And in my 20s, I want to live. I want to do all these insane things that you see on movies that you think, oh my gosh, I kind of wish I would do that, but no, I can't. Like, no, I want to do it all. No limit any longer. I conquered one of my biggest fears while I was at training, and it's not a big deal to most people just because it's like they don't think it's a big deal, but for anyone who has a fear of water, you can relate, you can understand. I don't even try to explain it to people or go into it just because I feel stupid doing it, but having a fear of water, it's serious, and it's I mean, swimming pools, hot tubs, whatever, it's fine, it's not a big deal. But drowning, the fear of drowning, it's serious. And for the people that have it, you know what I'm talking about. But we were forced, well, we weren't forced to do this, but you don't really have a choice. You have to put on a life vest, and there's like an emergency week that we have where we have to do all this stuff. And one of the things they made us do was to jump into a pool. Hence, we have a life vest on, yes, but in my head, life vest doesn't even matter. So whenever I went out on the little ramp thing, I mean, I can see the water, I'm looking down into it, I have my life vest on, and I'm like holding on to it so tight, but you have to get up the nerve to jump in the water. And they tell you, they're like, okay, you're gonna be submerged for a second. Obviously you're jumping in water, but the life vest is gonna pull you back up, it's gonna pop up, you're gonna do it. So I cried before I went out on I cried the night before, the day of, before we even got to class that day. I went to the bathroom and cried in between class, came in the plane little thing, like mock-up thing that we're in, was crying on that. Right before I jumped in, I cried. Just a wreck the whole day. But in my head, I kept telling myself, pull it together, you know, you've got to do this. It's not even a big deal. That's why I kept saying it's not a big deal, like everyone's gonna do it. Once you get it over with, it's fine. Finally jumped in, and that feeling was probably the worst. It was probably like 2 seconds. It felt like an eternity. An eternity. I'm not even saying the word right, because now I'm thinking about how I felt. Of me jumping into the pool and being submerged into the water for, I mean, it was probably 2 seconds, but it felt like a lifetime. And then I finally popped back up, and I was assigned to a partner because I couldn't swim, and she came and like pulled me and stuff, and she basically like pulled me around the pool the entire time. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, you are my hero. I will always love you for that. But and that, after it was over and after I popped back up and then got together, because my hands were shaking so bad, I'm like, oh thank God I'm in the water, no one can see this is embarrassing. But then I realized that it took me probably from the time I was on there to the time I jumped in 10 minutes to conquer that, to get that initial huge fear out of the way, and then it's over and I did it. And I'm still afraid of water, I'm still afraid of drowning, but now I don't have that like phobia or whatever of it. Now I feel like I could do this. I'm gonna take swimming lessons. I set this as my New Year's resolution, but then with this job and the application process, it kind of got pushed back into the corner a little bit. But I'm going to do this. I'm gonna take swimming lessons, and I'm gonna conquer my fear. But all of this whole long story, all of that to say that it was a light bulb moment for me. It made me think at the end of that day, hey, this isn't so bad. Like, there's so many things that I'm afraid of or that I don't necessarily do because I don't want to step out of my comfort zone or out of my box, but why not? Why am I playing it safe? Hence this job. That's why I can see myself doing this for a long time, because every other day you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Every trip you're going somewhere completely new. You don't know anyone, you might not speak the language, you don't know the culture, you don't know what your day holds. So I want that inconsistency, and I want to be tested. And like I said, money has never really been like a main factor for me, but living has. Living a life to the fullest and having all these great stories to tell people and recording it and putting it on my little channel to go back and watch years from now, that's what makes me happy. That's what I want. So that's what I've decided. I don't even know if I'll post this. I do record these little videos for myself sometimes, stuff that I don't have on my channel, just for me to go back and watch and think about that moment or think about that day. And then it's good. It's like having an online diary, where instead of writing it down, because I tried to keep a diary a lot throughout my life and it never worked out because I would forget and I'd be off busy doing stuff and then I couldn't go back and remember what happened. But this camera it's like a therapy session almost, but I don't really believe in therapy, but it's good. I enjoy this. This is what makes me happy, is living and recording it and keeping it all in a place I can go back and see it years from now. But yeah. What is today? Let me tell you, the days, the times, everything blends together here. It's 1:49. It is May 22nd. I have like 12 days left until training is over. Please, please, God has been with me, let me tell you that, because last week, what was it, the OE flight week, that was a rough week for me. It was a rough week for me, that's all I'm gonna say. But I got through it. I'm here. Oh, that was another thing. There was a class that came into our room and threw us like a pizza party and came in and gave us these notes, which one girl gave me this, and I think I mentioned it on my Snapchat, but I'm going to read it on here. It says, when everything seems to be against you, remember that an airplane takes off against the wind, not with it. You're almost there. Congrats. We're so proud of you. And I needed this. I had just had like a rough test that I didn't do as well as I wanted to on, and so it was just really good timing and stuff. But I'm getting through this. I really, really, really want this job. I say that and I tell myself that every day. I also look at the little